Welcome everybody. It's Sue, and I've got the habit of saying Gratitude Cafe, but we've got to move on. I mean, it's still full of love and gratitude. That hasn't changed. Sure. We are just evolving and moving into my passion and what I teach. Of course, gratitude is a big part of that. And it's also about us getting clear and truly reclaiming, rediscovering, redesigning our authentic and genuine self, and bringing guests to teach and educate from all different backgrounds and modalities, because it is about that education and learning. It's new thoughts, new perspective, new ideas, and I want to give you that kind of squeaky wheel. So if there's something that resonates with you, great. If there's something that irritates you, even better, because I want you thinking and processing and integrating all these great new guests and information and teachings that I provide as well. I want to remind all of you, if you want to get a copy of the show, all you got to do is go to claritywithsue.com and click on that link. There's a pop-up, it'll pop up, and you just sign up for the newsletter. I send out a newsletter once a week. You'll get all the links to all the social media. Speaking of which, SoundCloud, iTunes, all the podcast world that we evolved to after our live broadcast, please go on there and give us a 5, 6, 8, 10 star rating and keep us live on air. I'd love it. And I'd love to hear from you. I know I've got a huge international base and calling. Is it calling or base listenership?
There we go.
Sure. There it is.
Yeah, that works.
Listenership. And I know that some of you, in fact, I just talked to Australia yesterday, and I know that you guys are a day ahead, and I want to say hi to you. Thank you so much for listening. Canada, all my peeps in Canada, across the world, in America, Arizona, all of you. I love you. Thank you so much. And yeah, so that is it in the nutshell, basically. Hi, Benny.
Hi, good morning, good afternoon, good evening.
Good evening, good afternoon. All right, so you know what? We are going to jump in. Yeah. Astro Numerology. I have a really fascinating conversation coming up and a guest, and it is Jesse Kalsi. I just did it again. What? Is there somebody that wants to call in and his last name Kalsi? I am so sorry, Benny. I even repeat it over and over. It could be Smith and I could mess it up. For goodness sakes.
Got to write it down next time.
What is this? What is this? It's all in love. Okay, let me go to the bio, and then we are going to bring Jesse on, because I want, like everything else, I want you guys to get to know his energy, what he's doing, why he's doing this. And he specializes in, this is really curious to me, it's the residential and business numerology, which is super curious. I really want to dive into this. And provides valuable insight on the power of numbers and how they affect our lives. His latest book, The Power of Home Numbers, and all about the numbers. He combines his Eastern upbringing with his Western experience to bring awareness and understanding of the phenomenon. Over the past 20 years, Jesse has consulted thousands of people and has affected their lives positively. His clients include prominent business people, extremely successful communication and entertainment companies. You know, I could go on. This is a beautiful, long, gorgeous bio, but again, I want to hear from you, because you've got a wealth of background. I mean, from estate broker, aviation. Can I just let you roll with that, Jess?
Sure.
Yay!
Yeah. So I came to the States many years ago. It's about 1988 that time, and it's been a while here. And then, like most immigrants, we had our share of challenges, And so when I came to the States, I had some very basic knowledge about numbers and numerology, and I was facing a lot of challenges, like most people do who come to a new country. You have to, work through a lot of challenges. And then, so I had some very basic information about numbers and numerology at that time. And I wasn't into it at all. I was more busy trying to get my commercial pilot's license. I thought I'll be a flight instructor, which I was later for a little while. And then I switched to real estate and things like that. As if the universe kept nudging me, something kept telling me, listen to us. It's a new country, listen. So that's like listening, right? And then gradually, as time progressed, and as I moved forward in my journey in this country, this energy of numbers kind of became stronger and stronger. See, the tradition that I practice is called Astronumerology. It's numerology, a step up, which also has an association with energies and energies of planetary energies, is what I want to say. So
Okay.
so what happens is, like here in the West, the numerologists all over the world. You have a Chinese tradition, you have some in America, you have the Greeks, you have the Hebrews, you have all kinds of, and then up in the Far East from where I come from. So, they'll add numbers up straight and then say, okay, 5 plus this is this, and then this is this, right? So it goes like, but in the Eastern tradition, the Vedic tradition that I follow, right, we have an association with numbers and planetary energy. Let's say, for example, number 1 has the energy of Sun, or 9 is Mars, or 6 is Venus, or 5 is Mercury. So basic numbers from 1 to number 9, and then we have a planetary energy with each number. So now, say, for example, you consult with me, right? And I look at your date of birth or whatever numbers, and I say, hey, Sue, and number 6 is a good number for you. And so,
well, what if my birthday's today?
It is?
Yes.
Wait, did someone say it's their birthday?
Awesome, happy birthday.
Oh, thank you. Yes, 3/22 of 2022. Two
Right.
twos.
So,
Power numbers.
It is 322. That's interesting. So you're an Aries, huh?
I am.
Yeah.
Aries, Pisces cusp for
Yeah,
sure.
Pisces cup, yeah.
Yeah.
So Mars, so you got a lot of Sun and Neptune energy. So very intuitive, very intuitive. You've got number 1s and 7s work with you really well. And so 1 and 7 is Sun and Neptune. And what that tells me is that, your residence, your residence should face the rising sun at all times. The easterly direction is very important for you. Wearing a ruby and gold.
Ruby and gold?
Yeah, ruby and gold is very good for you. And that's the energy of sun. And then you can also wear a cat's eye.
Oh, cat's eye.
Cat's
Okay.
eye. Now that I don't know what is the number outside your house, but we can always look at that later.
Well, guess what? It adds up to the number 22.
It does?
It does.
Okay.
Do you want me to? I'll type it here. We don't need to give it out loud.
Okay.
There. Can you see it in the?
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah. But I didn't really. So 22 has always been this magical number for me. I mean, obviously it's my birth date, but it just pops up in synchronicities. And then
interesting. Okay.
When I bought this house, we added up the. I'm like, what? Yeah.
Okay, that's good. Yeah. So the energy of sun, like I said, then the easterly direction is very good for you, and the number 1s and the number 7s, and then the rest of it, and then I haven't looked at your name vibration really, but 6 and 6, Sue is your popular name, right? Sue. So 6 and 3, 9 and 5 is 14. So Mercury energy. Mercury is kind of communication, is what you're doing right now, and yeah, and then the last name as well. Then lighter colors, the lighter colors of would work well with you. Even the color red, a slight touch of red will also work well with you. You should avoid riding or driving black cars,
No black cars.
Black cars. So a few things like that. And then what happens is then we go deeper, we look at everybody in the house and their energies, and then the business, what's the name of the business, where you do your business, the gemstones and the cars and your phone numbers and your bank account numbers and then social security numbers. They can't change, right? They are there forever, but they have a definite impact on our lives, though. Social security numbers, right?
Really, the energy and
yeah. See, the reason so is this, right? See, these numbers are alive. They're alive, right? They're vibrating.
I believe all that is alive. Yes,
it's alive. Yeah, it's vibrating. Let's say, for example, like you gave me a house number. And had I suggested, Sue, use another number, which is say number 6 or whatever number, right? Put a number 6 there, and so you do that. So what that means is you've got the energy of number 6 vibrating instantly. That's how we number patch it. So I have people who come to me all the time. I've done this for many years. And they live in different numbers, and then so I don't tell them go sell your house every time. No, we try to find a small patch or a shift to correct the energy, right? To move the energy on the door so they attract a better flow or something changes positively, right?
Yes.
A positive shift, right? each time. So that's how we use these numbers, to benefit people, to kind of make a slight shift, to make things a little better. You know how it is, make life a little better. But yes, but they are
And it's a healing modality too. It's an education.
absolutely, it's a huge healing modality. So the science is not, it's not predictive. I won't call it predictive. It's more about harmonizing energy. So what happens is we start from your basic numbers, which is your date of birth, right? Starts from there. We pick the best vibrations from there, and the rest is fine tuning. We fine tune your name, your whatever is around you, all energies around you using numbers. You try to fine tune them, right?
Yeah.
Harmonize the energy, right? Like people say, oh, what is my lucky number? What? So your lucky numbers are only the numbers that vibrate with your date of birth. They are your only lucky numbers, right? And those numbers have certain time periods in a year when they will flow. So like we all have our time, a season in a year, right? Up and down, up and down. So your luck's going to come in that time only. It's not like, you're not lucky every day. You should understand
well,
that.
I want to be lucky. I desire to be lucky every day.
Yeah, but you can be generally lucky, generally lucky.
And have at least that mindset. I am lucky. The practicality of it. I understand.
That mindset is absolutely essential.
Yes.
I agree with you. Yeah, I agree with you.
So your perfect client, talk to me about, just walk me through that. I know that you gave me a beautiful little blessing with my numbers and Eastern direction and ruby and gold, cat's eye, red, lighter colors in the car, which I've always had. Kind of walk me through, because you've got some pretty high profile clients that you've had.
Yeah, all kinds, yeah, celebrities,
right?
Yeah, all kinds of people. I have some very famous celebrities. And of course, I can't give you the names though, but they're very high profile and they're known globally. Big names. And we consulted them, and they have powerful numbers. They have used the energy but that still doesn't mean that they don't have their challenges. They have all kinds of situations and personal challenges, and a whole bunch of stuff keeps happening all the time to them as well.
But that's human, right?
The human aspect is always there with all.
Always. The 3D humanness. That's why we're doing this and educating to give the tools, right?
So just to say, so and so is so wealthy and he has no problems, that is not true. All have their challenges. It doesn't matter at what level you are. All have all kinds of personal challenges, health challenges, career challenges. Even when they reach a certain position, they're still struggling to, do better or try to, get better roles or get better films, or struggling with their relationships. All kinds of challenges are there, So I do a lot of that work. I work with a lot of people in the film industry in India. I work with people here in Hollywood as well. And then I also have a lot of business people, startup companies here. I live in the Silicon Valley here, and there over the years had many startup companies. People, these people. A lot of people come from India and they have startups, right? They have a startup. And let's look at this name. So what they typically do, they'll ask 4 or 5 people, right? And then they come to me as well to check the name vibration, right?
How do you do that with like the name vibration, like clarity with Sue? I mean, how and if it's Silicon Valley, walk me through that. What do you mean?
Yeah. So clarity with Sue, what happens is, it'll take a little while to calculate. So we use a code, it's like the Chaldean code goes from number 1 to number 8, and it has a letter associations with it.
With the okay.
Yeah. So that's so. But I use the Chaldean code. I don't use the Pythagorean or the Greek other code, right?
What code?
Chaldean, Chaldean.
Okay.
Yeah, that code. It's online. You can get it online. It's from the internet. And so that's the code I use for letters and number association. And so you can use that. But then that is also very complicated, right? So even if you apply that to your numbers and come on to a set of numbers, right? Then there's another sequence that follows below it, because those energies also have to be compatible, whatever you deduce from there. And then they have to work with that kind of business as well. There's a lot of small things that have to be fine.
Oh no, you're speaking my language. It's the same with evidential mediumship or intuition too. There's all different kinds of levels that I go through. Levels, energy, variations. It's all the quantum soup, right? And it's
exactly. That's a good word, quantum soup.
Yeah.
So that's how it works, and then. But the good thing is, it's all about when people come back and tell you, hey, this happened or that happened, that's what you wait for, right? You want
positive. Isn't that awesome? I love it when they call back. Yeah.
And then and then the women, women like a lot of gems and jewelries and crystals and all that, right? they're very fond of all that. Men are too. So wearing the right kind of gems and crystals and jewelry is very, very important, right? I
I
haven't
don't
seen
have
that.
anything on right now.
Yeah. You'll soon have a ruby though. Yeah.
Yay! Bring
That'd
it.
be very good for you. So those crystals and all those energies are very, very important right now. Now, see, now women have to realize that a diamond does not work for everybody. It's more Venus energy. You're pushing it time. The other stones can also work just as well, depending on how your energy attracts it.
Right.
Yeah. So these things have to be kept in mind all the time. And then there's something called as Rudraksha beads. They are these small beads. They're actually fruit seeds that grow in the mountains of the Himalayas.
Yes.
I wonder if you know about those, right?
Yes, I've got a mala at home. I've got two of them. That's the authentic. They are the authentic bead.
Yeah.
And that was blessed. I can't remember. I got them a few years ago. And isn't it true with the malas, you're not supposed to use your first finger, you're supposed to use the second or the third.
Yeah.
Is that correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Go ahead. Please tell me.
So what happens is these beads are very well, they carry a certain frequency, So these beads are found in the mountain ranges of the Himalayas, and some come from Indonesia as well. But
Indonesia, that's where mine came from. Okay. Yeah.
Indonesia or the Himalayas. So the energy that comes from the Himalayas is very, very strong. So see, the human body, it vibrates at a frequency about 8 to 9 joules, right? It's about there. But some of these beads have a frequency of like 150 joules. Can you imagine? It's so high.
Wow.
So
and you're wearing it, so your frequency.
Yeah.
So how does your body acclimate, right?
Yeah. It just shift. And so basically what happens is it lifts you up, right, to attract high, bigger and better. See, it picks you up, it'll connect you with bigger and better. You see how it is? The aura is lifted up. You see, it's picked up. So they are those beads. There's one that I wanted to talk to you about. There's several that I like, but there's one for women especially, and I can give you a secret. It's the 18 faceted 1-8. It's the 18 faceted Rudraksha bead. And this 18 faceted is so powerful. So women have very complex, they have to, grow, and they have to give birth, and a whole bunch of stuff. All these challenges. So this bead, it works on the root chakra. It works in the root chakra, and root is the foundation basically, and that's where you want the strongest frequency, right? The highest energy, and it's known to heal all kinds of challenges. Health challenges that women have. It's kind of clean it up. It's like that. Nice. It's so powerful, and it keeps you grounded. And then the other thing is, where does money come from? Money comes from the root chakra. And
well, that's the creativity. That's where everything starts.
Opens up, right? And then there you go. It'll bring in a lot of money and real estate and opportunity, and it's like endlessly it'll go, right?
Bring it. And it's the 18 faceted bead.
Bead. 18 faceted Rudraksha bead. And I'm very fond of that one, so I thought I'll share it with the viewers.
Thank you.
It'd be really beneficial, really. And even for those people who are started getting into a new business, they can try the 18 faceted, they can even wear it around the neck in a gold chain, or, it works well.
When you say 18 faceted, what's the difference? Unpack that for me. What do you mean?
It has the cuts in it, It is 18.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. I'm following now.
Yeah, 18 faceted. So, and there's sources from where you can get a genuine one with a certificate, right? But so just like I said, they have very high frequency, right? And you wear one of those with you, right? You just feel the shift.
Maybe I need that with my ruby.
Oh yeah, be fantastic. Yeah.
Bring it, universe. Bring it. It's my birthday. It's my birthday.
Yeah. It's gonna come. And imagine it's coming on your birthday. This information is incredible.
I love it. Yes. And I love having this conversation, and it is healing. Okay. So I'm going to swing back around to your story of why, because it's that little spiritual awakening, or it's the universe. I call it Gus, God, universe, source, spirit, right? And God to me is GAWD. Whatever it is to you, it could be purple chopsticks. If it creates that connection with the universal energies, and you are a loving individual to people, that's great. Go there. So where I'm going with this is your why. You had that just talking to you, and because you've come from a vast completely different background with aeronautics and flying planes. And then, well, I suppose aeronautics and flying planes, there's a lot of numbers in there, but I not quite the same, right?
It's a complete different. I mean, see, flying planes is something, you know, it's like, it's either you have it or you don't have it. It's very simple, you know.
Oh, hopefully everybody who's doing it has it.
Yeah, of course they have it, right? That's why they're licensed to fly those planes, right?
Yes.
Otherwise, yeah. So it's a great experience, but that's what I realized, that it's you know, there it picks you up, and then I don't know what it, but for me, I think it was a fascinating experience, and that's why I came to America to learn to fly.
Right.
I'm so lucky, you know. I'm so lucky to be in this country, you know. I'm so blessed. I'm so grateful to America. But whatever I wanted to do, you know, I got it here. You know, can you imagine?
Yeah.
Anything and everything, whatever I got. There's some channels open up, and I'll find the right resources. People like you are sitting today, right? Or for my book writing, or this or that. I mean, it just keeps from here or there. It'll just slip into me, you know.
Wow, I love that. And the big part of that gift is you being in a receiver mode too, because so many times that these beautiful gifts come to our awareness and we're like, oh no, that was too easy. And then we don't see it or we don't receive it.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly. So yeah, and then and then, you know, so it's money, you know. So how do we, you know, be more financially abundant, right? That is also a very important thing. That we need to have a lot of, you know, of course we all need to have a lot of money so you can live happily, but at the same time you can help others too, right? That is the
it's a freedom. It's a mindset about having the freedom to do what you want, to your desires, and to be of service and help people, right?
Yeah.
So what do you, when you're talking to a business owner, like whether it's Clarity with Sue or XYZ in Silicon Valley, how do you have that conversation and kind of set the foundation for their success within the numbers of their organization?
So what happens is, it's very interesting. I'm looking at the sign right behind you, says 11:50 a.m. And I already said earlier, 7 is one of your lucky numbers. So it's right there. It's got 2 1s there too with communication. So there you go. So that's one answer for you. This is a good station for you. How long have you been here on this station?
Oh gosh, over 10 years. Benny and I've been
excellent. This flows for you.
Yeah.
You're gonna be here for.
We got to figure out a way to make it really financially abundant.
Yeah.
Jesse, you got to help me with that.
Yeah, absolutely. And then see, so what happens is, what I would do is, I know your numbers, right? Your numbers you showed me earlier, and what I would do is I would use a small number 2 sticker somewhere, you know, a number 2 in the numbers.
Okay.
So we want more moon energy because you have a lot of sun energy, so we want to balance yin and yang, sun and moon energy. So that number 2 in there would definitely shift it. Then your see the place where your office is, from where you broadcast, right? It should be in the northwest part of your space, of your residence, of your
northwest spot. Okay.
So
location.
You can check
I
that
can
later.
Broadcast from anywhere in the world. Yeah. Benny's, well, we're both in Seattle right now. But where you're saying, wherever I'm at, to make sure I'm in the northwest corner.
And then you should always face you in the northwest corner is one place, or if you're somewhere else, doesn't matter. Just face the northeasterly direction all the time. Face east or northeast in your case. You see that energy is the energy of number 1, sun energy, right? That, like I said earlier, Seattle again has the energy of Neptune, which is number 7, right? So that again is very good for you. How long have you been in Seattle?
Well, I was in Seattle for over 40 years. And a year ago, August, Gus said, you're moving to Bend, Oregon. So I bought a house, and that's the number I gave you that serendipitously appeared.
Yeah. Okay, that's fine. That needs a little patch, but we can just put a number 2 there, and that'll shift it. So that'll shift it. Yeah. So then, but the least you could do is, you know, just make sure where you're broadcasting from, you know, face the east to the northeasterly direction.
Okay.
You do that. Just do that, and just do that.
Broadcast from the northeast or northeast or eastern corner, right?
Yeah, and face that direction. And when you sit on the chair, face that direction to east or northeast. You can use your compass maybe at some point. So that will help. But I really like the logo, the 11:50 a.m. and all that. That's really good for you. It's working really well for you to stick with it. So that's
Thank
a very
you.
good sign. No correction needed there.
Bring the money in abundance. We
Yeah,
gotta turn the
yeah,
ROI.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But
It's been a great service, to be able
yeah.
to, I've had incredible thought leaders
Mhm,
that I've been able to present like yourself and bring to the airways.
mhm.
And I've learned so much, and
Yeah,
it's been beautiful. I've really enjoyed it.
18. So you should, find that 18, like I mentioned earlier, and get one for yourself.
18.
18 faceted Rudraksha
Gotcha.
bead. Okay. Where that would open, that'll be huge for you. And it'll keep going endlessly. It's like go, go, go. It won't stop, and just wear that in a little, in a gold chain,
Okay, with a gold chain.
cap it in gold, wear it in gold. The sources that'll create it for you. Make sure you have a little certificate with where you buy it from, and then that's it. And that's one time and buy, for the rest of your life. And just imagine your frequency right from maybe 9 joules to over 100 would be fantastic, right?
Do you have a site that you would recommend? Because I don't want to just go Google it and not know if it's really authentic. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, got it. Yeah, there's some sources in India. I know. I can give it to you later. No problem.
Okay, let's do that.
Yeah, I can do that. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, that is it. That is all you need for money, and it'll be very good. It'll just launch you. It'll be fantastic. It'll be really good. Seven. Then there's another one. It's called the seven faceted. Seven faceted is also very good. A lot of people will wear a seven faceted, but they wear that. It comes in small beads too. You can wear a little bead in your left hands. Seven faceted Rudraksha bead, can be worn in the left hand and in a little bracelet. They come in small beads, and those are also very good for money. They work very well on the heart chakra area. And they also very good for money. Very good for money long run. Yeah. And very good. See, what I realized with gemstones, I mean, they're powerful too, but they have to be the right energy to pick them prayerfully. But these beads, I know over a period of time, their energy is guaranteed. You don't have to worry about anything. They come tested right, and they work endlessly.
Nice. What have you got on your wrist? What are these here?
What have I got? Oh, I have. I'm wearing. I've got a little bit of gold here. I got a.
Beautiful.
From this one here. This I got when I came to America 30 years ago. I bought it from a gem show. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you're gold, obviously.
Yeah. I like a lot of gold. Yeah.
Yes.
Gold is high energy. Gold is high frequency. It protects you from a lot of negative stuff. It protects you.
Okay. And it's softer than silver, isn't it?
Yeah.
But it's more powerful.
Yeah.
Okay, you know what, Jesse, we're going to take a quick commercial break, and we're going to still be live on YouTube. So those of you in the radio world, we will be back in about 3 minutes. Those of you in YouTube, I'll remind all of you, just go to YouTube and type in 1150, and we're going to carry on with a 3-minute conversation over there. And we'll be right back.
Cool. All clear, you two.
Thank you, Benny. All right, we're still live on YouTube. So 18 faceted bead, and you're going to get me that link because I don't want to just go on there.
I'll get you a source. Yeah. No worries.
Yeah, that would be wonderful. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And gold, and bring in my rubies.
Yeah.
So
one ruby is all you need. Just one. Yeah, one on your right. This thing, and that should do it. And yeah. That should do it.
And putting the frequency of belief and faith behind it too.
Of course. You set the intention. Yeah. You set the intention and absolutely.
Abundance. Yeah.
Yeah, abundance. And that's what the 18 does. 18 is for abundance.
Oh, okay.
It is for abundance, yeah.
And is it abundance across? Because when I say abundance, it's across the whole board for me.
Exactly.
It's intimacy, financially, all of that, right?
All of that, yeah.
Yeah.
It's all of that. We're very, very happy with it. I have a gentleman, I think the company that I deal with in India, I know they have a source. I buy from this gentleman here and he orders it from India for me. I'll give you his information. So, he's up in the eastern part, and his name is Ashish. So he'll contact you.
Okay.
I'll give you his number.
You have my email right here.
Yeah, I'll email it to you.
Okay. I'll do this again. I think you've got all of my email and stuff like that,
Yeah.
but you can use this one.
Yeah. Okay. We'll use that.
So I want to remind all the audience about your book, The Power of Home Numbers and All About the Numbers. And are you open to private clients still, or
Yes,
where are
I
you
do.
at with
I
that?
do. I have, a few a week, I take, I'm actually overbooked really, but I do take people, I take clients.
Okay. So you do have open spots, because I know.
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
Yeah, I do take clients and I do.
And where's your website? Send them to your website.
So it's Jesse, Jesse, and then Kalsi, Kalsi. So it's jessekalsi.com. And so you can go there and you can connect with me, and of course, buy my book or the books. Both the books, this book all about numbers, and the earlier one, The Power of Home Numbers, they're on my website and they're also available on Amazon. So you can check it out. And but there's one thing, Sue, I want to indicate is that, see, these books are not how-to books. They have a lot of information, right? People read them around the world, right? But once in a while, there are people who they say,
I've got to interrupt. I've got to bring you guys back on here.
He's going to bring us back to live radio.
Right.
All right, stand by.
All right, welcome back, the radio world, podcast world. Hello, thank you for joining us on YouTube. And if you're on the radio, not while you're driving, but if you want to go to YouTube, please do that. All you got to do is go to YouTube and type in 1150. Great conversation. The whole modality of numerology and Jesse, what you say is Astro Numerology. And your latest book, The Power of Home Numbers and All About the Numbers. And during the break on YouTube, you started talking about what is in the book. It's not necessarily a how-to, but there's tons of really valuable transformational information in there.
Exactly.
Can you chat about that and unpack that a bit for us?
Yeah. So, I often have, once in a while I have clients who will buy the book and say, how could we do it just the way you do it? See, the thing is, I've been doing it for a long time, right? And
you've got your way, right?
Yeah. And there's so much information, it's hard to put it in a book, right? So, for example, number patching. Number patching is my trademark. Number patching.
Number patching. Patching. Okay.
So this is something that I've done over the years, just like I was talking to you earlier. So if we look at properties and homes, and if the numbers are not flowing with the occupants of the house, then I normally suggest another number that is based on their own date of birth and planetary energy. So we shift the energy of the door using a small sticker, which is yellow or golden color, and I call it number patching. And we've done this extensively over the years. Last 20 years, I've done it all over the place, number patching. And now number patching is very tricky, right? You just can't take a number and stick it because they're all planetary energies, right?
Right.
So be very careful. And so a lot of people wanted me to, they want to get a handle on that one, but I cannot because there's so many combinations, right? How can I tell you, right?
Right.
I'm just a human being like you, right? I got the idea and we're using it, right? And that's all I know, right? I don't know more than that. I'm just
and it's a channel too, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's something that it's in the moment, right?
Yeah.
It's not like, just put a 3 on the northeast corner. It's not.
No, it's not.
No, it's not like that.
It's very complicated, right?
Right.
So So say for example, say Benny comes to me and say, "Hey Jesse, what are my numbers?" And I say, "Hey Benny, your number is number 6." And then he says he goes shopping, right? He says, "I'm looking for a house, and I bought this house, and the house number is 4848." And he says 4848 is 1224, right? And that's a 6, right, Jesse? I said, "Yeah, that's right." But that's not the right 6 because 4s and 8s, Uranus and Saturn, when they come together, this has a sinking effect. It's not good energy at all. So you just added the numbers, right? You just added the numbers and you've made a grave mistake. So that's how it is. And you just can't add them up and say, "Hey, I got the 6." No.
Right.
You see, I know there's an astrologer in this area where I live now, and I know what happened to him. He picked it up. He picked up similar energy just like that, and he was, what happened to him, I want to say, but it's very dangerous. So that's my point. So now, say for example, if he says, "Hey Jesse, I found this number and the 63003." So Jupiter twice is very good on a 6, right? 2 3s is very good, right? Or say I found a number 24. That's again is very good.
Found a number. What do
No,
you
like
mean?
a number that I found a house number 24,
Oh, okay. Got you.
right? Or an
Like
apartment
mine
number.
adds up to 22.
You know, yours has, yeah. So, I mean, the energy has 22, but those planetary energy in there, those certain numbers in there, are like a little, have to be corrected with certain vibration.
Okay.
You see? So,
Got you.
so what?
Correct away. Bring in the
Yeah,
love and the
yeah,
abundance.
yeah.
Ooh,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we the reason I suggested a certain number to you was because I want the yin and the yang. You had a lot of sun energy, sun and moon. I wanted to have the sun and moon
Sun and
together.
moon. Yeah.
So that's how I suggested that one. And but that'll
And that's a
definitely
balance, right? It's
harmony,
a
harmonizing.
harmony. Yeah, not
Yeah.
balance, because that seems hard. But harmony is fluid. It's that
Yeah.
motion, right?
Yeah. So
Harmony is good.
and then so as you know, there's so much of these relationships are a big thing. They've always been and they always will be, right? People falling in love and falling out of love, and then their numbers. So these number compatibilities are very important too.
Oh, for individuals falling
Yeah,
in love or business
marriages,
partnership or
everywhere,
intimate
yeah,
partnership.
everywhere, all kinds of relationships, right? See, typically what happens is you have a lot of Saturn energy. Say, for example, you have an 8 date of birth, right? Or even a 4 date of birth. I say 8 more actually. And I'll say, you know what? Don't get into partnerships, business partnerships. Just be your own boss, do your own thing, right? But what will happen is you always get attracted, because people will get attracted to you. They want to be a partner, and many times you have them as partners, and then that creates a lot of challenges. And as time goes, I say people who have Saturn energy, don't have business partners. Just grow by yourself. So there are certain numbers who can handle partnerships, but there are some that cannot. You see.
Gotcha.
So and the same applies to business partners, personal relationships as well too. So there's certain relationships when they look so nice outside, but the moment they kind of come closer, and then this, what happened,
Right.
doesn't stick, right? So that's what that is, But what I've also learned is, your name is very important. People are asking, well, your number is important, the name is, well, both are important, but your name vibration, right? How it vibrates in the universe is also very, very important. Right?
Okay, Jesse, I have a question for you then, because I have always been curious, because I was adopted as a baby.
Uh-huh.
My birth name that my birth mother gave me was Marie Antoinette.
Mm-hmm.
And Marie Antoinette is the gal that got her head chopped off. There's not really good energy with that. But then after I was adopted, my name is now Susan Jean. And then my previous married name, which is no longer, but it's my birth name is Susan Jean. And I had been thinking about this, Jesse. Everybody else has been naming me. Why don't I name myself and have that?
Yes,
Because
Susan
there's
as a name is
frequencies
equal.
in that, right? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, Susan has to be a little. Susan attracts the energy of sometimes cuts, injuries, accidents, and relationships kind of stuff, right? It comes with that. Why with a lot of Mars energy there? It's got heavy Mars energy, and so that could be like. So you use Sue now, right? So
Yeah.
Sue's a little more delicate. It's more neutral than Susan.
Yeah, I've always used Sue.
Yeah, that's a lot better. A lot better. And then I can look at your name later. I have it. I'll look at that and I'll let you know.
Okay.
Yeah, but then just going back to how these name vibrations are. They're so important, right?
Right.
They're so important, and we really have to. And that is the reason why we have to balance our names correctly. Our names have to be matched with our date of birth. The vibration has to flow correctly. For success, it's very important. Your names are very, very important. And a name that does not work with your basic energy will not take you very far. And
well, let's give me a name like Sage Nicole or something. I thought about that and I'm like, well, everybody else is naming me. How about I just name myself, right?
Of course, yeah. We can look at that. Well, that'll take a little time to look at. We'll look at that. Absolutely, it's no problem.
That is so fascinating. So you take names not only from just human names, company names, and you correlate. Is that the right?
Yeah. But with your basic energy,
numbers.
Yeah.
And then determine if it's abundant, if it's a good match, how you can shift it and tweak it. You also talked about number patching, which is a unique gift to you that you offer your clients as well. I want to remind everybody how to get a hold of you, and they can, I'm going to spell it out. And also, if you guys are driving, just go to claritywithsue.com and you'll get all the information. But it's Jesse, Jesse, and the last name is KALSI.com. I just want to make sure. And you can get his book from there as well, and also on Amazon, correct?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes, The Power of Home Numbers and all about the numbers. But you were also saying, I want to swing back around, Jesse. You were saying it's not really a how-to. Can you kind of talk about that and what's in there? Because you were talking about the numbers, and then we kind of went off on a different tangent.
Yeah, that's a good one. So, so this book has a lot of information, or it's a lot of applied information. It's how I've applied this knowledge to real life examples and real life people, and they're all there's information about all kinds of clients that I've met and their basic numerologies and what happened and how it shifted, right? In different situations, they're students, they're business people, they're people who got married, and then all kinds of situations, right? How numbers, I've tried to explain the interaction of numbers, right? How they flow and where they don't flow, how it is. So that is, and most people are very aware, most readers are very astute and intelligent, they'll figure things out very quickly. The second one, all about numbers, all that you have to do is get that Chaldean code. I haven't put the Chaldean code there, but the code is available online. I've mentioned that I've used Chaldean code in this book to calculate the numbers and letters, which they all can find out, right? And do a little research themselves. They can apply it to themselves. What happens is, I've seen over the years, once you get into this business of numbers and numerology, right, it's like a whole world opens up, right? And then
well, that's any modality, right? It's just it's a frequency, and the language that I use, it can feel sticky, it can feel heavy, it can feel thick, and you want it to be light and abundant, correct?
Yeah. But then you want to learn a lot too. Then when you look at things, you look at numbers everywhere. You want to,
I bet.
So it's like that, right? But you'll definitely learn a lot from my books. You'll definitely learn a lot, and you'll get the value out of both the books, and you'll really get the value out of it. So,
and a healing, it's just another modality to help you on your journey, that healing journey. It's an education, and it also opens you up to new realms, new frequencies, new ideas, right?
Yes.
And absolutely. And it's The Power of Home Numbers and all about the numbers. And also, Jesse, you can go to his website as well if you're interested in getting an in-depth reading. Maybe you are an entrepreneur, you're a new mom, a new dad, naming businesses, kids, all of that stuff.
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
All of it.
Wow, that's fascinating, about helping new parents and talking to them about naming their child.
Oh yeah,
the power behind that. What is that?
Too.
Talk to me about that, Jesse.
So what happens is, I've had a lot of our East Indian people here. What happens? A child is born. So, but the child is born here in the United States. They give you very, very little time. They say the child is born. You have 24 hours to name the child, right? And so whatever little time, right? And then they'll quickly, they'll go and consult their priest, and then they get the first letter, and then the date of birth is the first, and then they give you the option. Look at these names and see which one would be the best one, and then you kind of play with letters a little bit and get to the best vibration, right? And make a suggestion. And so I've done this quite a few times, for young kids and children, and some kids have grown up and gone into very good colleges too. So.
Oh, good. And that's a positive, right? It's just more
positive.
expansion.
That is the intention. Right? You have a good name right in the beginning, your life becomes so much better, the sales so much better.
And see, that's what I'm talking about. Everybody else is naming me. How about I name me? Or Jesse, you help me switch that frequency.
I will do that.
My ownership, right? And big anchoring words for me, and where I teach and my foundation is how I'm showing up, but authentic and genuine to me, right?
Yeah.
And really reclaiming that and owning that.
Yes, you will. You absolutely will. Just watch, things will change. Yeah, you will.
Yay.
Yeah.
Yes, change. Yeah. I mean, and the world. Ooh, something just popped in.
Mhm.
What about, was there conversation about the 9/11 that happened? Is there numbers, the 9 and the 11? Did you know that this was happening? Can you talk? I mean, I'm just curious. I don't know why that popped into my head, but obviously we know about 9/11.
9/11 just as a number, well, we know 9/11, 911 is a certain number, but
Right.
9/11, see what happens to you. That energy of sun repeating 2 times as Mars, is kind of becomes heavy, it just becomes it's too much fire there, how it is. Both are
Yeah.
very warm energies. Nine's got Mars energies, and the 2 1s have sun energy. So there's a lot of heat there, it's very heavy energy.
Interesting that there's a lot of heat, and then look what happened. That's interesting.
Mhm.
What about, and then even if we did, like a 911 call, there could be heat or something devastatingly happen. What? So you're saying one is
Sun.
sun, and 7, because I'm looking at my numbers that you
7
gave
is
me.
Neptune. 7 is Neptune.
Neptune.
Yeah. So Neptune, it's in your case, Neptune will be very good. It'll work on the root chakra, and what happens is you can also wear a cat's eye if you can get one cat's eye sometimes.
Yep.
That'll
I
work.
know exactly which, yeah.
Cat's eye, the cat's eye, it protects you from the mystery, so unknown energies will protect you from that. And then cat's eye is also very good. It works on the root chakra well. It attracts wealth as well, cat's eye. And it's quite magical, but in your case, it'll work with you. You'll be surprised. It'll work very well with you.
I love that you're validating that, because I have been attracted to cat's eye, and it hasn't been in my awareness for a while. So it totally resonates with me. And I've got some beautiful gem shops in Bend, Oregon, and I'm going to go straight there when I get back and get me some.
Nice.
And then you're going to send me the link so I can get my 18 faceted beads.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you will love that.
Yes. And you say a ruby on my right hand.
Right ring, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a lot of famous celebrities. You find. I mean, I know someone in India as well. They're very big ones, and they've worn that ring for. In fact, talking to this one girl just last week, and she's showing me her ruby, right? And that works for her. That's why she's wearing it, and she's become so famous. I mean, it's like a mega star. She's known to over 2 billion Indians all over the world, and huge, humongous. So that's the energy. And there's some others one I know also are very, very big stars, in there. A couple that coming to my mind right now are very, very, both wear rubies. So, but
interesting.
Yeah.
Is that a ruby on your pinky? I can't see what it.
Yes,
no, that's not your
yes,
pinky.
I wear one too. I do.
Yes, that's beautiful.
Yeah, I wear one. Yeah, I wear one.
Nice.
It works for me. See, ruby works for me because I'm in Aries like you, but I'm more in the middle. I'm April the 3rd, right?
Oh, so you're a different Aries. And P.S., even though I'm fiery, I'm a really nice, loving Aries. Have I always been, because we're fiery, and we just kind of speak it as it is. I've tempered that by learning clear communication the best that I can, right? Yeah. But this fire energy is good.
It is. It keeps you going, and
yeah.
So long as you just kind of keep yourself calm and not get very angry all the time with people, I learned that myself. Right?
That's why I teach what I most need to learn, and that's self-regulating tools, right?
Yeah.
And it is. We live in a 3D world similar to your modalities, whether it's wearing rubies and gold, talking about numbers. It's a modality to help you self-regulate, to help you sustain a frequency, an elevated frequency, elevated emotions. I love that. I absolutely love that. I'm going to remind people how to get a hold of you. And of course, go to claritywithsue.com and you can get all the links and information there if you're driving. Please do that because I don't want any accidents. You can go to Jesse's website, and that is spelled JESSE and then KALSI.com. You can also go to Amazon, and I'm guessing they can just Google you.
Of course. They Google me anytime. Anyway.
Yeah. And you are accepting clients, so you can go in and get your Astronumerology done as well. You can get your numbers, your name checked out. I'm curious to hear what you have to say about Sue.
Yeah, sure.
And maybe I should rename myself. I don't know. We'll have that conversation. I'm excited to also get the link for the 18 faceted.
Yeah, I will send it to you.
I love that. We've got a couple more minutes. Jesse, I'd love to know where you're going from here. You've got your book, it's launched. Where you're going from here? Are you teaching? Are you doing public events? Are you doing?
I'm actually getting a lot of, lots of media, radio and television, and I'm working on another book, writing some more. Trying to
Nice.
More comes, I just want to document it, right?
Downloads.
Yeah,
Yeah.
downloading, yeah.
Oh, that's a question about naming a book too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's a very good question. So this book both my books, actually, the first one, The Power of Home Numbers, has the energy of Venus, and the second one, All About Numbers, that came out last year, it has the energy of Mars, my ruling planet. So if you look at the book, right, if you look at the color, it's got that purple color, right? Purple is like the crown chakra.
Yes.
I have a lot of 3 energy, so I use that purple color there. And then the yellow is more for, is the more sun energy, So I put the purple and the yellow with a purpose. And then this turban that I wear is Mars energy, and Mars is my ruling planet. So I used my colors in the book.
Oh.
See?
I love that. Okay, because I've got another book coming out, and I'm like, well, I'm thinking of colors and naming it and what that all looks like, and I should just come to you and we can dissect that.
Definitely, but you definitely need some strong sun energy there, which is a gold or a yellow has to be there. Did you have some gold in your previous books? Gold on the book?
I had purple. I didn't have gold. There were black and white images, but I'll put gold.
Gold or a strong yellow, it has to be there in this book. And then
okay, gold and yellow.
That color, and then of course, those colors, and then another color. Because what happens is for book writing, right? You can't go to the root chakras, You don't have the root chakras. You have to go to the higher chakras, because we get attracted from the mind attracts, The stomach doesn't attract, right? The heart is emotional love, but it comes from here, right? The third eye, this chakra. So we need higher chakra colors, higher chakra colors.
Higher frequency
and that
vibration.
Frequency.
Yeah. Okay.
In the book cover, yeah.
In the book colors, got you. And attracting.
Yeah, so that can be looked at. That's not a big deal. You can look at that.
I love that. Okay, audience, are you catching all of this from naming your baby to naming your baby as a child or your company? I mean, Silicon Valley, the Pacific Northwest, we've got entrepreneurs. What about your next wine bottle or wine that you want to have? Your babies, your home, the home numbers, the company address and numbers. Also, Jesse talked about number patching. That is something special and a niche to him that we talked about and kind of alluded to before or at the beginning of the show. I love this conversation because it's just another tool, right? It's another tool.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a very important tool. But your business cards as well, Sue. Business cards, the way you design your logos are very important too, the way you design them, the colors you have on your logos, and how the energy is flowing, of course, the name of the business, and whatever business you have, right? The color, those colors should also go with that business, So, I should work with those energies. See, like most real estate businesses, they have a lot of, real estate business works from the root chakra, and you'll be on the earth, right? Earth energy. So it's more root chakra energy, Yeah.
Right. And so you have to balance it out with the lighter. Yes.
Yeah.
All right, audience. Well, we are going to wrap today's show up. It's been a beautiful blessing. Hang on just a minute and stay on hold for me for just a minute, Jesse. It's been a great blessing and a wonderful birthday gift to have Jesse on the show today. All of you, if you want to get more information, again, just go to claritywithsue.com. All that information will be there. Sign up for the newsletter so you can get that in your inbox. I only send you an email once a week. No spamming, good information. I pull cards. We can set the intention for the week. It's beautiful. And I call it my love bumps because I'm giving you some love bumps. So with that, go to claritywithsue.com, get all the information that you desire. It's been a great birthday show. So to all of you, I'll see you next week. Jesse, thank you so much.
Thank you.
And I really appreciate the conversation, the education, your books. Stay in the rink. Keep showing your light. And to all of you out there in the radio world, each of you are a gift. Get out there and share yourself with the world.